Okay, abuzia bema kwa ba shonko so edeba Ghana Politics Avenue so abuzia yembonra yensem some illegal seats be High Court identify NPP parliamentary seats illegal parliamentary seat asisiano High Court identify sa seat no asisia NDC for a take quick action let us say omo akole for yes seat no say declare vacant asisiano NPP for ason ayeshe and rather Speaker of Parliament declare Pandai seat vacant or notice and also notify electoral commission on vacant seats now as you say run back because of but after say he declares our seat in the vacant no another 3 illegal seats be and also no High Court identify as you see NDC for filing application on seats now you say seats is no omo ebabeje every NPP so my say NPP ho ayemo boy NPP minority o maso ayeshi mo yanko na yenkonkoti ensema ekọ so unsubscribe here subscribe like na share ma afofron so ensa into me enkabi Ghana Politics Avenue so medamase.
This is in court that you are waiting for a ruling. Can you bring us up to speed?
Yes, 30 months out.
And when are we expecting a ruling on some of these cases?
We are pursuing them methodically. So 30 months out is in court. To whom they are done, written submission have been filed. Judge has given, I believe, the 12th or the 13th of this month for ruling. And then Tema Central is also before the Tema High Court. That too is being pursued. Then, there was a collection of some other cases that went before the Supreme Court. We had applications still pending. An offshoot is the Ablekumanov.
Yeah.
That technically has been taken out because of the decision by the Electoral Commission to, as it were, do a rerun and then got it declared. But let's read the order of the court. The order of the court in this.
Go through for us.
The court says, upon hearing both petitioner and respondent's lawyers, it is hereby ordered that the petition of petitioner is upheld, and this court orders a rerun of the Mandai constituency parliamentary election in 30 days. Second respondent to comply with the order. The second, initially, we sued the district office of the Electoral Commission.
Sued more than 3 people.
We sued 4.
And you misjoined.
And then later we misjoined the district officer of the Electoral Commission as well as the clerk to Parliament. And maintained the first respondent and the Electoral Commission. So it's not as if the Electoral Commission, the order is not directed at the Electoral Commission. This order has been clearly directed at them as a party to comply. Further, service have been effected. The service of the order has already been effected on the Electoral Commission validly. I have the proof of service dated the 25th of November 2025. So the Electoral Commission is already served with the order of the court. So there has been execution. We've executed the order of the court on them. So what is outstanding is the compliance. Okay. It is the compliance that we think that is woeful now. Parliament too has been served. That is why the Speaker found it,
so all stakeholders have been served in this case.
In this matter. So why is the Electoral Commission not complying with the court order? Until such time that there is a counter order, the order that you are supposed to comply with is the order emanating from the High Court Tamale.
Mr. Dako, under 1 minute, if this, the second respondent here, in this case, the Electoral Commission, decides to do a rerun, what will be the advice to your client?
Decide to do a rerun on what basis?
Based on the order of the court.
But there are all these applications before the court. Why? I don't know. What is?
But the court's final ruling is that the second respondent, in this case, the EC, must comply. So what if they decide to comply? What will be your advice? Your advice to your clients?
That court judgment one is being appealed against, and there's another application before the Supreme Court to quash the whole proceedings. So what is the rush? And I told you today is second.
John Daku, you know that filing of a court process is no law.
I think that
It is no law.
14 days
And
time.
when you disagree with a court order, it's also no law.
Opportunity. I'm not listening to you, my brother. So let me make my point. In less than 2 weeks, the Supreme Court will have opportunity to hear this application for judicial review. Okay, what is this rush? Ask him, what is this rush for? The Court of Appeal is now still with the notice of appeal and the application for stay of execution. What is this rush?
So that could show me one authority, one case law that says that filing of a notice of appeal, an application of notice for stay.
Today for Pandai, Matthew Nyindam says he is leaving everything in the hands of God and the Supreme Court to determine his fate as he attempts to stop the rerun after Parliament through its clerk officially notified the Electoral Commission of a vacancy in the Pandai seat, triggering the process for fresh parliamentary elections in the constituency. Now, speaking on the AM show, Mr. Nyindam defended his 2024 victory, insisting no irregularities occurred at any polling station to warrant the Tamale High Court's annulment of the election. According to him, the ruling defies the long-standing judicial principle that elections are won at the polling station and cannot be overturned over minor administrative issues.
To an election and you win your elections, all candidates admit that they have their pink sheets. The results have not been tampered with. And then a government is in power, and at the end of the day, they said that there are irregularities. And because of that, they should cancel the whole election. One day, I pray that this president doesn't stay. If he does, I doubt if there will be an MP in Ghana or any elections can be won in Ghana. We all witnessed the petitions that went to court, both Nana Akuffo and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Then the second time, His Excellency Nana Akuffo and then His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We all saw the rulings of the courts. We all heard it loud and clear that elections are won at the polling stations. And there is no way any irregularity can annul any resource in this country. But if today it is Martin, and he thinks he's so happy that, and speaking that the irregularity affects the entire resource, that is where he can speak from, because he's very comfortable in government, and he thinks that he can't see anything, he cannot hear anything. Somebody goes to the court and talks about 41 polling stations. Even those 41 polling stations, I can tell you without any fear that nothing untoward happened. Nothing untoward happened. It's just that today, the one who speaks the truth is not there. And if you go to talk about something, they say that you'll be held for contempt. You'll be held for this. You'll be held for this. How can somebody vote for presidential and not vote for parliamentary, and then you say that that particular polling station, there is an irregularity, and the court accepts it? That I verify to vote through election. So the PVD machine carry maybe 500 people, and then you come and take the parliamentary elections, and then you have about 499, and you sort that particular police station that there is an irregularity. Jesus Christ. Like I said, I'm very fine. I am so fine because I am not troubled. We've not cheated in this particular election. What I've realized is that there is a government that is so strong, and whatever they want to do, they will want to do it. They don't care whether you are right or you are wrong.
So that's the 2024 NPP parliamentary candidate for Pandai constituency, Matthew Nyindam, earlier on the AM show. But really, what have the constituents been saying? We've been speaking to some of them. Listen.
I'm declare Pandai seat no as vacancy. So yeah, it's right easy to say 1-5 states in because Panda is in darkness. And like other communities, other this is not. But to do more about for now, you need the home to see. if I say is on date to then to about elect and Kasa MP our veteran parliamentary. Yeah, here to do up and there is lack of imputuma. So here to do up and there. So here if I say is whether one may date no if a date no see away then to about the person J away chrome. So say no that panacho say here date no panda youth panda 4 on him 4 bibro bia pe bia etie say obia etie den bia etie is no so on for date no bra na into abano ni MP
papa vacancy to isi mo declare wo parliament no ho say se ano abeto bia sembra na edi adwuma ndi sembra na kasa wo court dia de enso emenso mesre isi ewo te set mamuni ana say bandai ni say on hwe no fa nema tutu ye send the isi kai say within 30 days no on make sure say within 30 days no obesese ne nema na about on ayede akoso ye send the be ya basabasa ye bia ran yede embeba after 30 days na chi ana say embeba kuro no.
So you had some constituents in Pandai expressing their opinion after the clerk to Parliament wrote to the Electoral Commission that seat in Parliament has been declared vacant. Let's get more on this and have a conversation and go into the telephone lines. Right now, we're being joined by the minority member on Parliament's Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee, Nana Ejay Bafo Ewa. He's also a member of Parliament for Mencia South. Thank you.
You will not do any other.
Thank you for your time this afternoon, a day after this letter was written by the Clerk of Parliament to the Electoral Commission. How is really the minority in the House coming to terms with this?
We are shocked, and we are so surprised at the degree of double principle. The fact that the speaker will speak from two sides of his mouth. The fact that when he was confronted with the same position in 2000, in the 8th Parliament, between 2021 and 2024, he spoke differently. And the fact that this time he's also speaking differently and indeed acting differently. Clearly, there is an issue of lack of principle. There's an issue of people not ready to lead this country from the politics that we have seen. And so we are so shocked. We are so shocked why the speaker, in spite of the pendency of a motion for stay of execution, would let the clerk write the letter he's written to the Electoral Commission. It's a clear case of lack of principle. It's a clear case of institutional contradiction. And it's so unfortunate.
Right.
And the only reason you can give to this is partisanship.
Now, you mentioned that the speaker said something differently last year, and this year he's saying something differently. Can you tell us the differences between what you claim he said?
When Mr. Jachipri matter came up, the Hansard will bear record that because of the pendence of a motion for stay of execution, Mr. Jachipri was allowed to remain a member of Parliament until the Supreme Court made a decision on an application that was filed before the court. Today, there is also a motion for stay of execution pending. And the motion for stay of execution is to the effect that the court should stay the enforcement of the order pending the determination of the appeal. We all know the consequence of such applications. They have one effect, which is that it ties the hands of everybody until the application is determined by the court. The effect of such an application between the years 2021 and 2024 hasn't changed as we speak. And so why is the speaker speaking differently? He's speaking differently because he's inspired by partisanship, which is very unfortunate.
Does that mean that the minority still considers Matthew Nyindam as the legitimate MP for Pandai, despite the Speaker's decision to declare the seat vacant, per the precedents that you've cited?
In our humble view, the Speaker has acted contrary to law, notwithstanding the existence of a constitutional provision that states that it is the clerk that should notify the EC of an existing vacancy. We are cognizant of the law of stay of execution. Being law-abiding people, we are only looking at the law.
Okay.
So whereas the Speaker and the clerk chosen to act in a manner which is contrary to law, we are on the law. Whereas the has decided not rise up participation, we are that before the all men are equal, and in view of the law, there is no partisanship.
Okay.
So if the Speaker has acted contrary, he has rather acted unlawfully. We will comply with the law. And the law is that there is stay of execution. The effect of it is that Mr. Matthew Nyindam remains a member of Parliament.
Right.
That is the effect of the law.
And you are going by the law.
The law is that Matthew Nyindam remains a member of Parliament.
Okay. Nana J. Bafwewa, thank you very much. She's the MP for Menchia South. Let's still stay in the House of Legislature and speak to our resident correspondent, James Aveji. James, we know that the House will be convening for the first time this week today. Really, what's the mood there concerning this particular subject about the clerk writing to the Electoral Commission that the Pandai seat has been declared vacant?
Kenneth, so that's the news that came in the late hours of yesterday. We did our checks, and that is exactly what it is. This morning, I've been doing some digging at the Electoral Commission to know whether the EC has been officially communicated to. I do not get the clear indication as to whether the EC has officially received that communication or they have not. So that has not been established yet. But what we have established from our sources at the EC is what is expected of the Commission effective when they receive that communication from Parliament. We know that because this is a by-election, there will not be the opening of nominations, or nomination forms will not be open for persons of interest to pick nominations to contest this election. What the EC would go ahead to do would be to declare notice of poll exhibiting the candidate who will be contesting in the election. And in the last election, we had 3 candidates, the NPP's Matthew Nyindam, whose position is in contention now, the NDC fielded Daniel Nsala Wakpal, and the All People's Congress APC also had a candidate, Donko Eric Nipani. And so those 3 are the ones we expect to get into that election. From precedents, if the EC had gone into action right after the pronouncement of the High Court, they would have had just 10 days to organize this election. But because this has dragged a bit and that 10 days has elapsed, it is unclear whether the EC will start counting its 10 days from just when they receive the notice. And so we would be expecting the EC to issue an official communication on this to tell us what exactly they'll be doing. But I have an MP here to get some reactions, an NPP MP for the Kwadaso constituency.
Okay, abusia we ne ensema ekọ so or political highway ni so high court and it say omo identify NPP illegal seats, 3 illegal seats in parliament. Abusia ye de honsam e de brem on subscribe here, subscribe, like and share ma afufron so ensa into me enkebi Ghana Politics Avenue so me say